Ah, welcome. Yes, please, do come in. No, no, no. You're not late at all. Yes, I know our session was scheduled to begin 30 minutes ago, but remember, these are your sessions. And we start whenever you're ready. Okay? Good. Oh, the car outside? Yes, that's mine. We talked about this, remember? Well, I'm certainly glad that you feel I've been a big help so far. And it warms my heart that you look forward to our sessions. But I think it's very, very important for you to remember that just because this is my last session with you doesn't mean your future is going to be bleak. You don't have to be afraid of what's to come. And don't worry about that right now. Let's just stay focused on the here and now for this session, shall we? Does that sound appealing to you? That's very good to hear. Your positive attitude has always been confirmation to me that your outlook is bright. And I hope that you see it that way too. I think you're going to like where our session takes you today. So, please, get comfortable as before. Relax. And once you feel safe, we'll get started. Do you feel safe? Good. Are you ready to begin? Lovely. I thought it would be a good idea to review our sessions earlier. Just a few things from those. Would that be okay with you? Very good. Even before our first session, when you discussed the need for an appointment with me, you advised me that you have a deep, pervasive sadness. Almost a hollow feeling, due to an intense loneliness, compounded by a fear that you are never going to be seen as worthy of anyone's love or affection. Yes, that's right. You also were afraid to approach anyone yourself, which added to your feelings that you are going to remain alone for all your life. You expressed your desire for just one person to notice you, to need you, to love you. Yes, that's right. So, we first began with a temperance study, that you possess an inherent feeling of worthlessness. At one point in our first session, you told me plainly that you think you didn't deserve to be speaking with someone as handsome and as wonderful as me, much less receiving free therapy. You flatter me, by the way, darling. Yes, I know you didn't say it in exactly those words, but it was certainly coming from this feeling of worthlessness within you. It also revealed that, although you always want your input valued, you are much more comfortable with someone else making the decisions in your life. You very much want to be told what to do by someone you trust, for them to have your best interests at heart. Unfortunately, that leads to problems that, because of your feelings of worthlessness, you feel you will never find someone who truly cares about you, and one who desires your best interests. Additionally, you are highly intelligent, as well as extremely analytical. You naturally study everything that interests you with great detail. This compounds your feelings of worthlessness, because you vividly understand all the areas where you've failed, as well as your limitations. Which makes you feel that the conclusion that your worthlessness is justified. You also possess a very high degree of empathy, so that when you do fail, and when you fail others, which you feel is inevitable, you hurt for them to such a degree that you feel that the best thing in your life would be to remain out of their lives. These aspects of who you are increase all your feelings of worthlessness and intensify the belief that you will always be alone. Is that correct? I see. Moving on, we discussed the lack of support throughout your life. From parents, teachers, other students or colleagues, and even the few romantic partnerships you've been capable of beginning. Some of those relationships were self-sabotaged by your fears, your anxieties, causing you to run and hide. Some of those relationships were doomed from the start due to the other person being an abusive individual who sought to do nothing but take advantage of you. And some of those relationships failed because you tried to be somebody you were not, due to your belief that who you were never could be good enough. But that only led to their leaving when they found out who you really were, how you were lying to them, keeping the truth bottled up inside. Does all this sound correct, or is there something you would like to add? And finally, we discussed how your own actions of hiding from the world, which stem from the reasons I've just listed, have isolated you from others and kept you in a downward spiral of depression that is ever so slowly consuming you. And that's what prompted you to accept my help. You feel your own life is out of your control, and you have asked me to help you regain it. Would you say that I've summed it up correctly? Well then, I believe I've created a treatment plan which will give you a true sense of worth and understanding, and will show to you just how valuable you really are, offering you a supportive, nurturing environment, protecting you from those who wish to take advantage of you, and place control of your life in the positive place where it needs to be. Does that sound like something you desire? Very good. Then if you're ready, we'll begin. Now to start with, I need you to place your hands behind your back. Yes, this is part of the treatment. So to make sure you're comfortable, this isn't intended to hurt you. Just to keep you secure. I'm going to tie your hands in place. Just like this. Is this okay? Do you feel comfortable? Remember, at any point, just say you don't want to do this, and I will stop. You're the one in control here. It's not too tight? I'm going to tie your legs together now, okay? That's not too tight? Good. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask that you do not say a word, that you do not speak. From now on, I want you to nod slowly and carefully when instructed. Up and down for yes, and side to side for no. Do you understand? Very good. Now, what I've just done is effectively taken control of your own life out of your hands. And from this point on, I am responsible for your well-being. Do you understand? Very, very good. Well done, darling. Do you like it when I call you that? Very well. Then I shall continue to use it. Because that is exactly what you need to know. I view you as my darling, and you are highly valued. You need to understand that the feelings of worthlessness inside you are simply a part of who you are, and do not reflect the reality of your situation. It's normal for someone with your temperament to feel this way, and it is not wrong. For the rest of your life, no matter how you grow, and no matter what you learn, in order to overcome these feelings, they'll always be there under the surface. But it's important for you to remember the fact that those feelings exist don't make you bad. It just means that you need someone dearly important to you to reinforce just how special and worthwhile and loved you are. Someone important to you, such as myself. Feeling worthless doesn't make you worthless. You're my darling. But since it's so difficult for you to intrinsically understand that, to understand that on your own, and to gain a feeling of self-worth internally, You've been tied up, bound by your own thoughts and emotions. You require an external source like me that will be loving and nurturing to let you know the incredible value you have, and yet forceful enough to overcome your own tendencies towards negativity and keeping you from escaping the place of safety and love he's created for you, to let you know the perfection he sees in you. His darling. And you need that forceful, yet loving reinforcement to be backed up by actions that he will show you. And these actions will show how loved you are. And they will prove that my words aren't hollow. You need to let me show you that you're my darling. But you also need me to show you how valuable and loved you are. So, what I'm going to do is sit here beside you, then gently lower you down so your head is resting on my lap. That's good. That's a good darling. And if I gently massage your scalp like this, does that feel good to you? Does that let you know how much I care for you and desire your well-being? Very good. And as I continue to softly caress your head, I will continue to tell you that you are my darling, the most beautiful person on earth, and my most valued treasure. You're the reason I get up in the morning, and the last thing I think about before falling asleep at night. I would do anything to make you feel loved, protected, and happy. Does it lift your spirits and make you feel better, hearing me tell you such things, my darling? Yes, of course it does. And why wouldn't it? These are the positive, affirming, and caring things you've longed for someone to tell you all your life. But, and this is very important, do you believe it when I say those things? No, that's right. And why would you? I'm just a psychiatrist who's telling you such things because that's his job, right? You are intelligent and analytical, as I said. And that part of you knows that you can't really believe that. That I could really think that you're the most beautiful person on the planet. Or that you're the greatest treasure I could ever possess. And so I must be exaggerating for the psychological effect I'm looking for, right? Because I'm only a person who's doing his job properly, just met you a little more than 2 months ago, and has only a handful of sessions with you. How could you be expected to believe such claims from a person like me? And even if you did believe me, that I long to be with you more than anything, it won't matter. Because as a psychiatrist, I'm not allowed to enter into such intensely involved relationships with a patient. But what if I told you I wasn't actually a psychiatrist? What if I told you that in reality I thought you were so special and wonderful I'd been watching you for several months? What if I told you that I tried to get your attention but you ignored me or rejected me because you found me so beautiful and so wonderful that you hid from me because of the feelings of worthlessness I have just reviewed? And so, because of that, what if I told you that I changed my hair and appearance so you wouldn't recognize me, and set all of this up in order to get you here with me? Because I've had intensely strong feelings for you, and that I even loved you with all my heart, and that for all of the time I've been watching you, I've longed for the day that you were mine like this. Lying in my lap, having allowed me to tie you up, letting me stroke your precious hair with my fingers, and telling you how you truly are, my darling. If I told you all of that, would it help you to know that you have value? That you have worth? Would it help you to understand just how special you are? Knowing that someone would go through all of that trouble just to make you his. Good. Good. Well done. Because here's a secret, and I believe it's the secret to making you truly happy. All of that is absolutely true. I fell in love with you from the first moment I saw you, and I tried to get you to notice me, but you shut me and everybody else out of your life. So, I resorted to other means. I've studied you for some time now. The piece of art in your bedroom you thought you'd won in that raffle. Was actually a camera. I've been watching everything. I know your habits, the food you like, the games you play, the amazing skills and talents you possess, and the shows you watch. I even know that you're a deep, peaceful sleeper, and I have loved falling asleep with you, imagining you are lying beside me, feeling safe and cared for presence. None of that insight gave me access to your heart and mind. I had to know why you wanted to hide from me. And so, on one of your long hikes in the woods, I pretended to have a sprained ankle and allowed you to assist me. And in return for your kindness, I offered you these psychiatric sessions for free. It was here that I discovered what drives you to hide from everyone. To hide from me. And so, now, with you laying in my lap, staring up longingly at me with those beautiful puppy dog eyes, I'm letting you, my darling, know that you no longer have to have these feelings of being alone. You no longer have to be afraid. I'm making you mine. I've tied you up, and I'm never, ever letting you go. I really am moving away as soon as we're finished here. And I'm taking you to be loved and adored for the rest of your days. And I can see in your eyes that there's no fright in you, my darling. In fact, I can see the relief and the joy that tells me this is exactly what you are looking for. What you are longing for, but dared not to dream was possible. I told you when we started that I thought you were going to like where our session would take you today. Because I'm going to take you with me. I told you that my treatment plan would give you a true understanding of just how valuable you really are. I told you that my treatment plan will offer you a supportive, nurturing environment that will protect you from all those who wish to take advantage of you and place control of your life in the positive place where it needed to be. And then I asked if it was something you desire, and you responded that it was. And now your desires have come true. Control of your life is now where it needs to be, to make you truly, truly happy within my loving arms. Now that I've tied you up and embraced you, I'm caressing your face lovingly, and I've let you know what I intend to do with you. And you will now always have that one person you desire to notice you, to need you, to love you. Is that something you still desire? That's my darling.